everyone. It's definitely been quite a while since I filmed something for this channel here. I've been doing a lot more for my Chinese channel because I know Jessica has been doing a lot for this one, so I just thought it'd be easier to focus on one rather than two. But I felt I should probably contribute something, so I decided to film today. And I decided not to do a September favorites because I actually didn't use any products throughout the month of September because I underwent some surgery, and as you might have guessed, it is my eyes. So I will put a little picture right here, but as you guys may have known, I used to have smaller eyes. They're called monolids. From what I did some research, they're called monolids, and they're very traditional Asian eyes. I don't even think I've ever seen an American have eyes like that. So I think it's pretty much just geared towards Asia. So anyways, it's a pretty common surgery here in Taiwan. It's considered one of the smaller ones. And I decided to do it because I really had no confidence in my eyes. So this was a long time going. It's not like a spur of the decision, like I'm just gonna go get it done. It's something I've been wanting for a very, very long time. From what I know, it's probably something I've wanted since I can remember. So it's been a long time. And I finally got them done. And because I underwent that, I wasn't able to wear any makeup. Heck, I wasn't even able to wash my face. So I wanted to talk to you guys about that and the process that I went through, because for me, doing research, I had no one to look to for the process of it. I knew, like, you go in looking one way, you come out looking the other, but how it happens, what happens, what to expect, it's all a blur to me. I didn't know what to expect at all. So I wanted to take this time to kind of explain that to you guys, so that if you are Asian and you have monolids and want to go through that, you at least have some form of information to take with you when you are deciding whether or not to undergo it, because it is something, I think, even though it is a small surgery, it's still something that you're cutting your eyelids open and it's still surgery. So let's get started. I went on a Monday, and the first thing, so what I all got done, let's start off with that, is not only did I just get the monolids, I actually had to get lipo in my eyelids. Just leave it to me to get lipo in my eyelids, because my eyelids were too puffy, and so even if I had just cut it, it wouldn't have that big of an effect. You wouldn't really notice it because of the poofiness of my eyelids. So I had to do lipo, and I also like cut the opening of my, what do you call this area? Like the tip of my eye. I don't know how you would describe it, but yeah, right here I had to cut it open because my eyes were shorter too. So not only were my eyes small, they were short. So leave it to me. So that's the three things I got done. So you first go in, you get an IV, and I'm almost positive that's like an anti-swelling IV. It's to prevent you from swelling. Of course you're gonna swell because you're cutting things open, doctor's like mushing around, you're gonna swell. But it's to prevent it from swelling too much. And so prior to getting anything done, I was under the IV for about half an hour or so. And then once half an hour is up and you're prepped and the doctor's prepped, you go into the operation room and they hook you up to a monitor that measures your blood pressure every 10 minutes, and also they put the little clamp on your finger to make sure your heart rate's at a good speed. And when I went in, I was at 45. My heart rate was 45. I think I was dying. So anyways, okay, so you're there prepped, ready to go. The doctor comes in and starts marking lines so that he knows where to make the incisions, and he'll put like a little, like a half crescent shape or crescent shaped like utensil on your eyelids, and then ask you to close it and they'll open it so that they know precisely where to cut it, and so they'll mark the lines there. Once they mark the lines, they have at it, they start with numbing your eyelids. And mind you, I think that was probably the most painful part, because they are just literally pricking your eyelids. I think I did 4 in each eye. So that was the only thing that hurt. And then after a while, once the Novocaine starts kicking in, they go at it, and they have like this little cloth with one eye hole Throughout the process, you don't feel a thing. You don't feel pain. You don't not feel a thing. That's a lie. You feel pressure. Like you can feel him. It's like almost like going to get your cavities filled or getting a tooth pulled. You don't feel the pain, but you feel pressure of them. Even if they're not pulling or pushing anything, you feel like they're pushing something. So that's the exact sensation that you feel when you're getting your eyes done. All you feel is pressure, and honestly afterwards you just feel really, really sore. You feel like your eyes have done like a marathon or something and they're just so sore. And the whole process, the surgery itself took about 2 hours because of everything that I had to get done. And once you're done, he sews you up and you go into the other waiting room and they put an ice pack on you and put another IV in you. And that took about another half an hour. And that was it. Once the IV was done, you're ready to go home. It's not that big of a deal, but one thing that really freaked me out was after you get it done and before you leave, they show you your skin and the fat that they sucked out. It's the most traumatizing thing I think I've ever experienced. That was probably the worst. And so yeah, that was it. As for medication, they will prescribe you like antibiotics and a few other medication that you take for 7 days, day and night. As for cream wise for your eyes, they give you like sterilized water in a little container and some Q-tips and 2 creams. I think one I purchased and then the other one was one that the doctor will prescribe to you. So what you do for cleaning your wound is you use the sterilized water on a Q-tip and you wipe it off, and then you pat it dry, and then you use one of the creams, which is snail slime, and I think that's to kind of help the wound heal faster. I don't know. And then you put, after that has dried completely, then you put on the cream that the doctors prescribe, and you just use a really thin layer of that. And that goes about it for cleaning your eyes. And honestly, you really can't do much when you're in the healing process. You can't work out, you can't wash your face. The only way to wash your face was to use like a cloth, wet it, and then pat your face dry. So throughout this time, my face was, it was really good because I was getting a break from makeup and everything, but it left my face feeling really like rough, and I think it's because I wasn't exfoliating, so I had a lot of built up gunk in my skin. So I mean, I'm still like trying to get my skin back to normal. Pretty much you just don't want to do anything that might cause contamination on your eyes. And of course, healing is different. Healing time is different depending on each person. For me, myself, it took a lot longer. And when I went back to get my stitches removed, that took about like 7, I think I went after 8 or 9 days. So a little bit over a week. My left eye actually hadn't healed completely, so they had to, I had to use like skin-like tape on my wound to make sure it's sealed throughout this time, because they have to remove the stitches, otherwise it will stick together. Oh, and after my surgery, so I went in Monday, I had to go back Tuesday and Wednesday to get the anti-swelling IV in. It's just to prevent you from swelling. Again, it's different with everybody. So, and that's the point of my story. I want to tell you guys that I can tell you what to expect, but also you really can't expect anything, because depending on you personally, it could be different. It's just like with makeup or anything. You know, it could work for me, but it might not work for you. And so you could go through this process perfectly fine, but it just happened to me. I had a lot more trouble with it. I had a lot longer healing time. I couldn't do much. And even to this day, I still don't put a lot of eye makeup on. Right now, I'm only putting on mascara and eyeliner. But otherwise, I don't put my foundation on my eyes. I don't use any eyeshadow, so I'm still trying to shy away from that, because the entire healing process should take about 2 months. For everybody, it's 2 months when you're completely healed and you have nothing to worry about. But because I had such a rough time in the beginning, I just want to err on the safe side and just avoid any makeup. And even removing makeup, I'm really, really careful, because to this day, I don't rub my eyes because I'm afraid it will do something bad. I don't know, I'm just really paranoid, and I want to just prevent any like contamination or whatever may happen. So that's my story. And again, I did this for myself. It's something that I had wanted done for a very, very long time. It was definitely not like a spur of the decision that I just go in and get it done, because again, not only could it not turn out well for one, but it's quite costly here. Even though it's considered a pretty common surgery, it's still costly. So again, I didn't do this for anybody, and I want to let you guys all know that, because I don't want to hide it, and I don't want you guys to notice it and I'm still like avoiding the situation. I want to be open about it to you guys, because I'm really proud of how it turned out. Again, even though the process of it was really, really long, but I really am happy with the outcome and I love it. So I just think it's worth it. And I know that now putting on eye makeup, I'm more and more happy each day. And I know that builds your confidence, you know, and confidence is so important to a person. So I just wanted to share my story with you guys, because it's not something I want to hide. It's obviously pretty noticeable. Everyone thinks and already notices it. But yeah, again, I'm really, really happy with the results. My doctor was great. The nurses were awesome. So I'm really, really happy with it. And I really wanted to share that story with you guys. And so, yeah. I know this isn't like any other of my videos, or Jessica's videos for that matter. So I just thought it'd be nice to share with you guys my story. And I will see you guys next time. Hopefully I can do a tutorial by the next time I see you guys when my eyes have completely healed. But I'm not going to make any promises just yet. But I will see you guys next time then. Bye!